That's good. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mount Pleasant, Michigan, where today the Oilers will be playing the Lapeer Lightning. Last weekend did not go as planned for the Oilers. A 12-1 loss to the Grand Ledge Comets and a 12-6 loss. But there were a lot of negatives in the first game, and you can say in the second game too to start. But it was 12-0 up until the bottom of the sixth inning. Mount Pleasant started to make a comeback with walks, pass balls, base hits. Ultimately fell short 12-6. A lot of those problems in that first game were pass balls and misplays in the outfield. There were 3 misplays in the outfield. This is a very windy day here in Mount Pleasant. So today, Mount Pleasant, if they're going to win this game, they've got to keep control. And the other thing I noticed last week was Grand Ledge was very patient at the plate. They were taking walks. They weren't swinging at pitches. Mount Pleasant started getting into a thing where they would just swing the bat just to swing it, and that really hurt them too. They got strikeouts on full counts and 2-2 counts or 1-2 counts. You've got to protect the plate, and they weren't doing that until about the 6th inning of the second game. So it'll be interesting today to see how that goes. Your starting lineup for Mount Pleasant: Olson will be playing shortstop, Molyneux in center field, Punjabi will pitch, Langworthy will be in right field, Phillips will be your second baseman, Wager will be your third baseman, Wallace will be at first base, Parks will be your catcher, and Brock Binder will be the DH, with Hiley playing in left field. As we await first pitch, we'll be right back right after this. back here in Mount Pleasant as we await first pitch. And, going back to those two games, the previous weekend, Mount Pleasant lost 7-6 and 12-1 as well. And then last weekend, similar scores. I want to know if that momentum from game 2 last week is going to carry over today. And this is the first time we've seen Punjabi pitch this year, so he's got to get balls over the plate. No wild pitches today. That's what cost them. I mean, without the wild pitches and the 3 missed plays in the outfield, it's a 5-1 game and a lot easier to come back than in a 12-1 game. I don't know much about Lapeer as Mount Pleasant starts their warm-up. Punjabi on the mound. Leading off for Lapeer is Brennan, the right fielder. As coach makes his way to the mound for head coach Luke Eppel. Assistant coaches Mike Tennyson, Bernie Schaefer, and Noah Coster for the Mount Pleasant Oilers. As there's a meeting on the mound as we await first pitch here in Mount Pleasant. Let's see what kind of stuff that Punjabi has. As we wait first pitch here in Mount Pleasant. And Punjabi will look in for the sign in at the stretch. Gets the sign. First pitch to Brennan of the day. In there for a strike as he blows it by him. Pitch 2 on the way here. Gets a sign from the stretch. Punjabi deals. Swing and a miss for strike 2. He's blown the first 2 by Brennan. Gets a sign from the stretch. Fires one in there and just a bit outside for ball 1. One-two pitch on the way. Punjabi from the stretch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Struck him out. All three pitches blown right by Brennan. He couldn't catch up to any of them. And that is out number one. Great start to the day for Punjabi. Here's the second batter, Johnson. From the stretch, Punjabi deals, and that is high for ball one. Punjabi gets a sign from the stretch. The 1-0. Swung on, driven, foul down the left field line, and that is strike one on Johnson. One's on the board here in the top of the first. Punjabi gets a sign now from the stretch. Punjabi high and just a bit outside for ball two. Gets a sign now from the stretch. Punjabi fires in there. Foul ball down the right field line. Just barely out of the batter's box, and that will be a 2-2 count. 2-2 count on Johnson. Awaits a sign. Now he gets it, Punjabi from the stretch. Punjabi fires in there and just outside for ball three. Might have been a little high too. Full count. 3-2, one out. Or 3-2 count with one out. Punjabi from the stretch. Fires in there and outside, he walked him. That'll bring up Newberry, the center fielder, number 22. Javi awaits the sign, a runner on. Takes a look at first. First pitch in, and that is strike one in there. Oh, 0-1 count. Waits a sign. Takes a look at first. Now from the stretch, Punjabi fires in and just high for ball one. Runner on first, one out. 1-1 count. Awaits a sign from the stretch, Punjabi. Fouled high and out of play for strike two. Off the dugout. One, 2 count with one out. Don't want to lose this batter. You got one out with a runner on. As a on deck is Sotheby. Gets his sign from the stretch. Punjabi fires in there. Struck him out and not in time, but 2 outs. His second K of the day for Punjabi. And there's 2 away here in the top of the first. Here is Sotheby, the catcher. Waits the sign. Now he gets it. Punjabi from the stretch with 2 away. First pitch in there for a strike. He's swinging a miss. Waits for a sign, gets it. From the stretch now, Punjabi. Fires in there for a strike. Strike 2. Oh, 2 count with 2 away and a runner on first. Gets his sign. Punjabi from the stretch. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop. Steps on second for the out and a 1 walk given up. And after the top half of the first inning, it is still 0-0. Back here for the bottom of the bottom of the first, leading off for the Oilers is the man who made the final out in the top of the first, Riley Olson, stepping on second to end the inning. And Riley Olson steps in the box. First pitch on the way. Outside for ball 1. From the windup, kicks and delivers, and low for ball 2. Kicks and delivers for swung on, driven center field. That ball is going to be caught by the center fielder for the first out. Caught by Newberry for out number 1. Next up for the Oilers, Clayton Molyneux. One away here in the bottom of the first inning. Number 6, the pitcher for Lapeer. Kicks and fires in there, ball 1. From the windup. Kicks and delivers, and foul ball off to the right side for 1 ball, 1 strike. Winds and delivers. Low for ball 2. From the wind up. Gets a sign. Kicks and delivers. And low for ball 3. 3-1 count to Molyneux with one away here in the bottom of the first. Now, if you're Molyneux, you've got at least a pitch to work with here. 3-1 pitch on the way. Kicks and delivers, and low for ball 4. And a runner on now for the Oilers. A walk to Molyneux, and in comes Punjabi, who gave up 1 walk, struck out 2 in the top of the first, and got a ground out to the shortstop. Run around, 1 out, bottom of the first. Punjabi steps in to the box. From the stretch, delivers. Strike 1 in there to Punjabi for a 0-1 count. Catcher going out to meet with the pitcher. So if you're the Oilers, you can't ask for a better top of the first, and now with a runner on and 1 out, chance for you to do some damage here in the bottom of the first. Awaits a sign. Gets it from the stretch, takes a look at first. Fires in there, swung on left field. That ball's gonna be caught by the left fielder, and that'll be the second out of the inning as Molyneux has to get back to first. Next up is Langworthy, playing right field. Stretch and delivers, and low for ball 1. Good block by the catcher there. Waits the sign. Gets it from the stretch. Fires back to first, and he's in there. Molyneux back in there safely. Langworthy waits. Swung on, grounder to third. Fires on the first for the third out. 5-3 ground out, and that'll do it for the bottom of the first inning. Score still 0-0. Leading off here in the top of the second for the Lightning is the pitcher, number 6, Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and outside for ball 1. Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and popped high in the air, and that is going to be dropped for a foul. That was Parks with the attempt. Now from the stretch, awaits a sign. Gets it. Now Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and low for ball 2. Last week the catching errors were, or pitching errors were, pass balls, and so that one being foul does not hurt Mount Pleasant. 2-1 on the way, swung on, driven on right center, and caught there. Center field, and that'll be caught by the center fielder Clayton Molyneux for the first out. Next up is the shortstop, Snaris. Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and low for ball 1. Very windy day, as you can hear on the mic, or will hear when I upload it to YouTube. And Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, ground ball to the first baseman. And safe at first. 3-3 Oilers going towards the ball. And he'll reach with a base hit. Nobody covering first there as they all went for the ball. 1 out, runner on first. Number 5, the first baseman up for the Lightning. Takes a look at first, now from the stretch, Punjabi. Deals, swung on and missed for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 count with a runner out and a runner on first. From the stretch. Delivers. Runner goes and couldn't get the ball out of his glove, and that is a stolen base for Snaris. Runner on second now. If he's able to get that ball out of the glove, that looked like he could have had him by a couple feet. Punjabi from the stretch. Delivers. Swung on and missed. Miscues by the Oilers. A drop third strike, but the runner reaches. And then a runner advances to third. Still 1 out. Runners at the corners now. And these are things last week that, not the same things, but for the Oilers, mistakes kind of led to that 12-1 lead. And 12-0 lead in the second game for Grand Ledge. Punjabi awaits the sign. Takes a look at first from the stretch. Delivers. Bunt down the third baseline. Oh, and he missed it. Ball went under him, and Lapeer's going to score, and it's 1-0. Back up is Brennan, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Punjabi from the stretch, delivers, fouled off the first base side. So 2 miscues in a row for the Oilers leads to a 1-0 Lightning lead, as there's runners on first and second now. Gets a sign from the stretch. Takes a look at second. Punjabi keeps looking. Now delivers and in there for a strike. 0-2 count to Brennan. See if Punjabi can get out of this jam with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 Lightning. Takes a look at second. Punjabi kicks and deals and ground ball to shortstop, and another misplay and another run's going to come home for the Lightning, and it's 2-0. Oh my goodness. Another error on there. Miscues for the Oilers, 3 plays in a row now, leading to a 2-0 Lightning lead. With only 1 out in the top of the second, 2-0. Punjabi's got to get out of this jam. Looks into the sign. Here's Johnson now for the Lightning. Fires back to second. Oh my goodness. And 2 runners advance. Another error. That was something we saw on Saturday a lot in the second game. Misfires to the second baseman and the shortstop on pickoff attempts. So runners now at second and third. Waits the sign now from the stretch. Punjabi looks at second, kicks and delivers, and high for ball 1. Waits the sign, now gets it from the stretch. Punjabi fires in there, fouled away to the backstop, and that is the first strike. 1-1 count. Looks in for the sign. 1's on the board here. 2-0 Lapeer. From the stretch, Punjabi kicks and delivers, and low for ball 2. Well, this is one of the situations, if you're a pitcher, you got to keep your composure. You can't let this game get out of hand here in the top of the second as he awaits the sign. From the stretch, Punjabi kicks and delivers and fouled off. Two count with a runner out. 2 on, second and third. 2-0 Lightning. Punjabi from the stretch kicks and delivers, and where did that miss? Ball 3. Full count. Fouled away. This is Brennan. Full count. Waits the sign, now gets it. Punjabi from the stretch, kicks and delivers, and struck him out looking. His third K of the day. That is Brennan's second K of the day, and here is Johnson with a walk. Punjabi from the stretch. Fires in there high for ball one. Awaits the sign, gets it from the stretch. 1-0 pitch on the way, kicks and delivers, and low for ball two. Top two, 2-0 Lightning. 2 errors by the Oilers in this inning. Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and outside for ball three. Well, now if you're the batter, you can wait for your pitch on a 3-0 count. From the stretch, Punjabi delivers, and in there for strike one. Waits the sign. Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and high for ball four, so he walked Johnson again. So bases are loaded now. Play at any base or any place now with the bases loaded. Here's Newberry, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Awaits the sign. Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and that is in there for strike one. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and strike two. Looked like a protective swing there, and 0-2 count with 2 away. Bases loaded. Lapeer trying to break this game open, and Mount Pleasant just trying to keep it at a 2-run lead. From the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. High for ball one. Awaits the sign. Gets it. 1-2 pitch. On the way, delivers and swung on. Ground ball to third. And he'll out at third. So Punjabi gets out of the inning, just giving up one. Our score after top half of the second inning, it is 2-0 Lapeer. 5, 6, and 7 batters here in the bottom of the second inning. Phillips, Wager, and Wallace for the Oilers. In the box steps Phillips. 6 from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and that is ball 1. So now you got to give Punjabi some run support after he got out of that jam. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. One count to Phillips from the windup. Kicks and deals, and that is just a bit outside for ball 2. 2-1 pitch on the way. Protective swing for ball 3. Good check. 3-1 count. You've got a couple pitches to work with if you're Phillips now. From the windup. Kicks and delivers, and that is in there for strike 2. Full count now with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Kicks and delivers the full count pitch, and he rung him up looking, and that is the first out of the inning, a strikeout to Phillips. Now here's Wager. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. 2-0 Lightning off of 2 errors by the Oilers. Kicks and delivers, and in there for strike 1. The windup and the pitch. And looks like that was just a bit low for ball 1. 1-1 count. Kicks and delivers, and over Wager's head for ball 2. Two-one pitch. Ball 3. 3-1 count. So just like Phillips, now a couple pitches to work with. From the windup, kicks and delivers, and swung on to the second baseman for the second out of the inning. Mount Pleasant in their blue uniforms, yellow numbers with white trim. Lapeer in their green uniforms, looks like gray numbers with blue trim. First pitch on the way, and that is just a bit outside for ball 1 to Wallace. Wallace, the first baseman. Here's the windup. Kicks and delivers, and that is high for ball 2. The windup. 2-0 pitch on the way, and swung on, fouled down the first base side. First strike of the at bat. 1-2 count, or 2-1 count now. Here's the windup and the pitch, and low for ball 3. So a third straight 3-1 count. Third straight count for the Oilers in their favor. Let's see if he can do something with the count. From the windup. Kicks and delivers, and low for ball 4, and he walked him.
Up now is Brogan Parks, the catcher. 1 on, 2 out, 2-0 Lapeer here in the bottom of the second inning. Wind is picking up here in Mount Pleasant. First pitch of the at-bat from the stretch. Deals and low, and that's going to hit the backstop, and the runner will advance to second. Took a weird bounce there. Waits the sign. Runner on second now. Advancing on the pass ball. From the stretch. Delivers. Low for ball 2. Two-out count to Parks. Takes a look at second. From the stretch, deals. Low, and another. Catcher caught it, popped out behind him, and 3-0 count now to Parks. Kind of what we saw last week with Mount Pleasant. 3-0 count with 2 outs. Golden opportunity to cut into this lead. Deals and in there for strike 1. 2 pitches to play, 1 pitch or 2 pitches to play with if you're Parks. 3-1 count from the stretch. Delivers and in there for strike 2. Parks thought it was ball 4, flipped his bat, started to first, and then late strike call. I thought that was a bit outside, but from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and that is low for ball 4. So runners at the corners now for Binder. No, never mind. The 3rd out on the inning. I thought that was low. Interesting call there. So we go to the top of the 3rd, still 2-0. Back here for the top of the 3rd. I think maybe, I didn't see him swing, but I'm going to assume it was a drop 3rd strike. And here is Sotheby. From the stretch, Punjabi. Kicks and delivers, and in there for strike one. Sotheby 0 for 1 with a ground out. Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers and popped high in the air. And nobody is going to call it, and it's going to drop in between a triangle of 3 Oilers.
Come on, guys, that's always the fielder's ball if you can get to it.
Second time where a pop fly, and now from the stretch, the 0-2 count. Punjabi kicks and delivers and popped high in the air. And that'll be the first baseman making the catch, and that'll be out number 1. Kyle Wallace with the catch. And up next for Lapeer is the pitcher. Somebody called it that time. That I feel like if that would have landed fair, they would have had the ire of coach. 1 out here in the top of the third, 2-0 Lightning. Punjabi from the stretch. He kicks and delivers, and that is in there for strike 1. From the stretch, the 0-1 count. Pitch on the way, and it hit him. And that'll be a dead hit by pitch there. So in the second duel of the pitchers, Punjabi hits the other pitcher, and that will lead to a runner on here with 1 out. Aryan Punjabi, the sophomore, 6'1", 190, the lone sophomore on the team for the Oilers. Up now is Snares. Runner on with 1 out. Takes a look at first from the stretch. Punjabi delivers outside for ball 1. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers and swung on and missed for strike 1. One's on the board with a runner on first. Punjabi from the stretch. Looks at first, gets his side. Kicks and delivers, runner goes from first, and that will be safe at second. That takes away the double play ball there. Punjabi, take a look at second, and steps on the rubber. Looks in. The 1-2 pitch. High for ball 2. Punjabi looks in for the sign. 2-2 count. Punjabi kicks and delivers and low for ball 3. Full count now. Gets a sign now from the stretch. Punjabi takes a look at second, now deals. Swung on, driven to right field, That ball is going to be caught, and runner tags up from second. Advances the runner, but 2 away here on the fly out to Langworthy. Two away here in the top of the third from the stretch. Punjabi kicks and delivers, and strike one. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and high for ball one. From the stretch, kicks and delivers. Low for ball two. Snares thought about it there. Or no, the pitcher thought about it. Awaits the sign. 2-1 pitch. Punjabi kicks and delivers, and swung on and fouled high behind the backstop, and that'll be caught for the third out. So that'll do it here in the bottom of the third. Lapeer threatened, but Punjabi again able to get out of an inning. And we will head to the bottom of the third, still 2-0. Leading off for the Oilers here in the bottom of the third, it is Brock Binder. He is the DH today, DHing for the left fielder. First pitch, the windup. Kicks and delivers, and swung on and missed for strike one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Delivers. Ball one. Vanchek kicks and delivers, swung on, up the middle, a base hit for Brock Binder. Runner on first to lead off the bottom of the third here, and that brings up Olson. Riley Olson, the shortstop. 0 for 1 with a fly out. From the stretch, Vanechek delivers. Showed bunt, and runner gets back, but that's the strike one on Olson. Vanechek delivers, foul ball off the bunt. Oh, 2 count now. Anything close if you're Olson, no more bunting. And Vanechek wants a new ball. Oh, 2 count. Bottom of the third, 2-0 Lapeer. From the stretch, Vanechek takes a look at first, now delivers, and struck him out looking for the first out. Now here's Molyneux, no official at bat as he walked in the first inning. Runner on first, 1 out. Molyneux awaits the Vanechek pitch, and outside, and that ball gets by the first baseman, and Binder's not going to try it. And a 1-0 count to Molyneux. Vanechek looks in for a sign. From the stretch. Kicks in, delivers, and low for ball 2. Good job protecting by Sotheby there. And throws back over to first, and safe is Binder on the pickoff attempt. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that is low for ball 3. I mean, if you're Molyneux here, you got a 3-0 count. Your team is down 2. Got a couple pitches to work with. Make the pitcher throw you something from the stretch. Vanechek kicks in, delivers, and walked him. That is ball 4. Another walk for Molyneux as he worked it. First and second now with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. And here's Punjabi, who has been able to work out of a few jams today. First pitch of the at-bat from Vanechek on the way. Kicks and delivers in there for strike 1. Punjabi 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers, ground ball off the third base side and foul. Anything close now if you're Punjabi. Waits the sign. Gets it from the stretch. Vanechek delivers. Swung on. Ground ball to the shortstop. Caught by the shortstop. Safe at second and out at first. So Punjabi will move the runners up. Moving the runners up with a grounder. 6-3 out there. 2 outs now. Runners on second and third. 1 hit on the board for both teams. Swung on, ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through, and a runner's going to score. Another runner comes around, and we're tied at 2 here in Mount Pleasant. A 2 RBI single for Langworthy. And just like that, Mount Pleasant's tied the game at 2. Good 2-out base running. What a hit by Langworthy right up the middle. And we are tied as here's Phillips. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and that's strike 1. Vaincheck gets the sign from the stretch, now fires back to first, and he's back in there safely at first. Oh, and count to Phillips. From the stretch, Vaincheck delivers high for ball 1. Phillips steps into the box. Vaincheck gets a sign from the stretch. Delivers a strike in there. 1-2 count. Got to protect now. One-two pitch on the way. Outside, or inside, and a stolen base there for Langworthy. 2-2 count. Runner on second, 2-2 game. 2's on the board. From the stretch, Vaincheck checks second base. Now fires one in there and just a bit outside for ball 3. Full count now. Mount Pleasant with a chance to take the lead. A line drive down either baseline scores the runner from second. Fires in there and outside, ball 4, outside and low. So here's Wager. He flew out to the second baseman last inning. He was the second out. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2. From the stretch, Vaincheck steps off and he'll get a meeting with his catcher. What a job with 2 outs, a base hit, scoring 2. The difference this week, I think, than it was Saturday is Mount Pleasant's a bit more patient at the plate, and they're getting key hits. And Punjabi's been able to get out of innings when he's been in trouble. Here's Vaincheck, awaits the sign from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and that'll be a ball. 1-0 count. 2 outs. Vaincheck waits for the sign, gets it from the stretch, takes a look at second. The 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Vaincheck gets the sign, takes a look at second from the stretch. Kicks and delivers and swung on and missed for strike 2. One-two count. Vaincheck kicks in, delivers, swung on, ground ball, third base side, it gets through! Another run's gonna score for the Oilers, and it's 3-2 Mount Pleasant. And Phillips gets the third, an RBI double for Wager. Three to two now. First pitch high for ball 1 to Wallace. Vaincheck delivers in there for strike 1. And he steps up. So Langworthy and Wager both delivering 2 out, base hits, and RBI, 3 RBIs in this inning. Swung on ground ball third base side and fouled off to make it a 3-2 Mount Pleasant lead. One-two pitch with 2 away. Runners on second and third. Phillips on third, Wager on second. Wallace awaits the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, driven center field. That ball is caught by the center fielder, and that'll do it. But Mount Pleasant scores 3 in the inning, and they lead by a score of 3-2. Back here in the top of the fourth inning, 3-2 our score. Mount Pleasant with 2 outs. Langworthy got 2 RBIs to tie the game. And Wager gets an RBI off a double to make it a 3-2 Mount Pleasant lead as we head to the top of the fourth inning. And Punjabi has pitched very well today, only giving up 2 runs. He's been able to get out of jams. 2 errors not on him. Now he goes from the stretch. First pitch on the way from Punjabi and swung on and missed for strike 1. From the stretch. Low for ball 1. Porcione awaits, and that is in there for a strike. 1-2 pitch from Punjabi on the way as he gets his sign, or waits his sign out, gets it from the stretch. Punjabi kicks and delivers and swung on ground ball third base side, foul. So we'll do it again. Porcione waits the 1-2 pitch. Punjabi gets a sign from the stretch. Kicks and delivers and high for ball 2. Punjabi from the stretch delivers. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And a throw down to first. The drop third strike, and that will be another strikeout for Punjabi as Wombold will come up for the Lightning. Four strikeouts on the day for Punjabi. Or five, but the drop third strike on one of them. Punjabi delivers low for ball one. The 1-0 pitch from Punjabi, kicks and delivers. Swung on. Oh, right through the third, right between the shortstop and third baseman, and that is a single for Wombold. And we have a runner on now with Brennan at the plate. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts is Brennan. Punjabi's had his number today so far. One away here in the bottom, or the top of the fourth. Runner on first. Punjabi gets the sign. Throws over to first, and another missed play on a pickoff attempt by Mount Pleasant. And that'll send the runner all the way to third. And Wager, good thing he caught that. Could be a 3-3 game right now. That's the fifth or sixth time in the last 3 games that's happened for Mount Pleasant. First pitch of the bat to Brennan. Fires in there for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch on the way from Punjabi, and in there, strike two. Coming right back in this at bat, 0-2 pitch. Runner on third, 1 out. Punjabi low for ball one. He's looking for the third strikeout. Brennan trying to avoid the hat trick here. From the stretch, Punjabi kicks and delivers. Fouled away. Brennan just holding off the hat trick of strikeouts there. One-two count with a runner on third, top of the fourth, 1 out. 3-2 Mount Pleasant. Punjabi kicks and delivered, swung on and missed a hat trick of strikeouts for Brennan. And that's the second out of the inning. Punjabi has had his number today. But Johnson has had Punjabi's number with 2 walks. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Runner on third. Gets his sign. Kicks and delivers and swung on and fouled way out of play behind the backstop. From the stretch, Punjabi kicks and delivers. Swung on, popped high in the air. Takes a look in. From the stretch, runner on third, 0-2 count. Outside ball one. Gets his sign from the stretch now. Kicks and delivers and low for ball 2, and a runner will score on a pass ball, and it is 3-3.
Louis got another one.
Two's on the board now. 2-2 count with 2 away. Punjabi from the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and nope, inside for ball 3. Newberry fights to a full count. Could not frame that pitch, swung on, driven. Left field and fouled away. 3-2 count still with 2 away. Kicks and delivers, swung on, ground ball to the pitcher, dive and a miss, but out at first. 4-3 ground out. And that'll do it for the top of the 4th. Lapeer gets 1 to tie it at 3. And we'll be back right after this. Leading off the inning for the Oilers is Parks. It'll be Parks, Binder, and Olson to lead off the inning here in the bottom of the 4th. Check from the in the windup. Kicks and delivers, and ball. Didn't frame it. Or didn't fall for the framing there. And it's a 1-0 count. The 1-0 to Parks. That's high for ball 2. No activity yet in Lapeer's bullpen. There is activity in Mount Pleasance. Vanchek fires one outside, and that is ball 3. Trying to see the number of the bullpen arm. 3-0 pitch to Parks. Vanchek's pitch is high for ball 4, and a walk there. Looks like it's Langworthy in the bullpen for Mount Pleasant. It looks like a 6 there. Runner on first now. Nobody out for Brock Binder, who scored a run in the last inning. Bunt down the first base line. Binder is going to make it to first. A bunt single. And runner advances to second. 2 on, no out. And here's Olson now. 0 for 2 with a fly out to center field and a strikeout. Vanchek from the stretch. Kicks and delivers. Bunt up to the pitcher. And that'll get over the first baseman's head, and Mount Pleasant's going to score 1 run. 2 runs are going to score. An error leads to 2 runs for the Mount Pleasant Oilers, and it's 5-3 Oilers. The pitcher just launched it over the first baseman's head, and it is now 5-3 Oilers with nobody out and a runner on third. Now here's Molyneux, who drew a walk. Got on base. He had a run scored, and he's going to have to go back as it's 1 ball now on Molyneux. One-0 pitch on Molyneux. Swung on foul to the backstop. Landing right in front of us here. 1-1 count. Oh, ball. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. 2-2 count. Vaincheck from the windup. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled away. Vaincheck from the windup. Kicks and delivers, and low for ball 3. And that'll be a walk. So 2 on, runners at the corners now. Still no action in the Lapeer bullpen. So here in the bottom of the 4th, 2 runs in for Mount Pleasant. Parks and Binder score. Olson reaches first on an error, and he is at third now. And Molyneux reached on a walk, his 3rd walk of the day. Now here's Punjabi. He can add to his, or he can help himself out here with runners at the corners and nobody out. Vaincheck from the stretch takes a look at first, gets his sign. Another look at first, now kicks and delivers low for ball 1. I gotta wonder how much longer Lapeer's coach is going to leave Vaincheck out here. Runners at the corners with a 5-3 lead. Can he work out of the jam? Vaincheck kicks and delivers outside for ball 2. Punjabi awaits the 2. And back, and ball goes past, and another run's gonna score, and it's 6-3 Mount Pleasant. It is a 2-0 count, or 3-0 count. 3-0 count to Punjabi. Kicks and delivers, and outside, and a walk there 2 on with nobody out. There's a meeting at the mound now. Still no action in the Lapeer bullpen. And Johnston is going to be a courtesy runner for Mount Pleasant. As Langworthy will come up now. 2 RBIs in the last inning for Langworthy. And there is a new pitcher out there for Lapeer. I do not know who it is. It is number 22 for Lapeer as Vainchek's day is done. 6 runs on 5 hits. And the 2 runners on will be added to his run total, provided they score. Now here's Langworthy looking to add to his 2 RBI day. Nobody out, runners at first and second. 6-3 Oilers. Here's the pitch, and that is high. 4-1. Kicks and delivers, and high. 4-2. 2-0 count. Kicks and delivers, and outside ball 3. Lapeer in danger of walking the bases full. 3-0 count. Pitch on the way, low, and that gets to the backstop. And as the bases are loaded now, I don't know what Lapeer's pitcher was doing there. He just he walked to home plate and then started jogging as he saw the third base runner walking down. That could have been very bad for Lapeer. Bases loaded, 6-3 Mount Pleasant. Here's Phillips now. He walked last inning too. Swung on, driven up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Another run will come around third and score, and it's 8-3 Mount Pleasant. Phillips, 2 RBI base hit. Pitch to Wager, high for ball 1. Takes a look at second. From the stretch, kicks and delivers. Swung on and fouled away behind. 1-1 pitch on the way. Wager swings and misses. 1-2 count with nobody out here. 8-3 Mount Pleasant on 6 hits. So those 2 runs will be added to Vaincheck, and he will end his day with 8 runs given up. New pitcher responsible for the 2 runners on right now. Wager awaits the 1-2 pitch. 22 kicks and delivers, and low for ball 2. 2-2 count. Got to protect here with the 2-2 count. From the stretch, kicks and delivers, swung on and fouled off the catcher. Waits the sign. Gets it from the stretch. 2-2 count. Fires. Swung on, driven to right center field. That ball is caught by the second baseman. And runner gets back to first. So that'll be the first out. And up comes Kyle Wallace. He flew out to center his second time up. Walked his first time and made it all the way to second base. Waits the sign. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and in there for strike 1. One count. Kicks and delivers, and that is, a ball. 1-1 count to Wallace. Kicks and delivers, and a ball. 2-1 count to Wallace. Kicks and delivers the 2-1 pitch, fouled away. And that'll lead to a 2-2 count. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and a drop ball, and runners advance in a 3-2 count. So runners on second and third now. After Wallace, it's the catcher Parks, and then Brock Binder, the DH. Gets the sign, the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, driven, right center field. It's going to be a base hit and score 1 run. And held up at third is Phillips. So a base hit makes it 9-3 Mount Pleasant. Now here's Parks. He walked and scored in the last inning. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, a walk and a run scored. 9-3 on 7 hits for the Oilers. Much better performance here today than last Saturday. Royals for ball one. That's in there for a strike. Actually, Mount Pleasant has batted around in this, or almost batted around in this inning. Parks was the leadoff hitter. He walked and scored. Swung on and missed for strike two. 1-2 pitch. Awaited by Parks. And here comes another run scored. And a runner advances to second, and it's 10-3 Mount Pleasant. Runner advanced all the way to third. So it's 10-3 Oilers here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-2 count to Parks. Shakes off the sign, now gets the one he wants. From the stretch, kicks and delivers, and low for a ball. 2-2 count to Parks. Mount Pleasant much more patient at the plate today than they were on Saturday, and it has led them to a 10-3 lead. Pitch to Parks, swung on and missed, and he struck him out. That'll be the second out of the inning. Now here's Brock Binder now. Pitch to Binder, swung on, grounded down the first base line, and foul ball. (10-3) with 2 outs. Brock Binder scored twice today. Delivers and ball. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch and low, and another run's going to score, and it's 11-3 Mount Pleasant. Two-one count to Binder. Olsen on deck, Molyneux in the hole. Two-one count with 2 outs. Bases are empty now with Mount Pleasant leading 11-3. That's a strike. 2-2 count to Binder. And that's low for ball 3, so full count to Binder. Winds and delivers, and swung on, ground ball to the third base side, and it gets through. A base hit for Brock Binder. His second hit of the day. And here's Olsen, who scored and reached on an error. Now here's Olsen. First pitch of the at-bat, swung on and missed for strike one. Low, 4-1. Throw back to first. Back in time is Binder. And outside for ball 2. Pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back by the fans, and that will be a 2-2 count to Olson. Kicks and delivers, low, bounce, and that'll move Binder to second. Pitch was in the dirt, catcher did what he could. Full count. Kick and delivers, and a walk. So the inning keeps going. Here's Molyneux now. He scored, had a walk this inning. Well, if Mount Pleasant scores, I think 3 more runs in this inning, that would be the mercy rule. Or 2 more runs. No action in the bullpen for Lapeer. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers, and in there for strike 1. He's walked twice today, and scored twice. And low for ball 1. No, he's walked 3 times. I'm sorry. No official at bat because he's walked 3 times, and once in this inning and scored. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers. Swung on ground ball up to the shortstop. That'll be caught by the shortstop and not out at first, and another run's going to score. And Molyneux's going to go to second. And it is 12-3 Mount Pleasant. Binder scores. So here's Punjabi here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 outs. So this pitcher giving up 4 runs already here in the inning, or in this game. 12-3 in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. First pitch to Punjabi is low and in the dirt. No, bounced into the catcher's gear. And there's another run scored. So it's 13-3, ball outside. And Molyneux moves to third. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Eight hits in the game for the Oilers. And that's a strike for a 2-2 count. Swung on, foul to the third base, or to the home dugout. 2-2 count, 2 outs. 13-3 Oilers. Here's the pitch, swung on, ground ball third base side. Should be a routine play, and it will be, and that'll do it. A 10-run explosion for the Oilers. And they lead it 13-3 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Back here, top of the 5th inning. Lapeer needs 1 run or the game is over. And Punjabi will stay on the mound. And leading off is Newberry. Punjabi's first pitch is in there for a strike. Punjabi from the stretch. Delivers low for ball 1. Delivers and in there for strike 2. One-two count from the stretch. Kicks and delivers and swung on and missed, strike 3. Another strikeout for Punjabi. One away. Here's Vaincheck. Swung on, driven, center field, and that'll drop for a base hit. I'm sorry, Sotheby, and that'll drop for a base hit. Punjabi with 7 strikeouts on the day. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers and inside for ball 1. Vanechek. From the stretch, Punjabi. Delivers and low and bounces. A wild pitch, and the runner will advance to second. Nobody warming up for the Oilers in the bullpen. 2-0 count with 1 out. From the stretch. Kicks and delivers. Swung on, ground ball, foul. Two one count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Or top of the 5th. Punjabi kicks and delivers and high for ball 3. Three one count. If you're Vanechek, you can be very picky with what pitch you get. And time called by Vanechek. From the stretch, Punjabi kicks and delivers. Swung on. Bunting swing. Or swing, bunting out at first. One more out here to get. Runner advances to third. 2 away. For Snaris. Kicks and delivers high. 4-1. Punjabi to the stretch. 1-0 pitch on the way. Delivers. Ball. Punjabi kicks and delivers. In there for a strike. Two one count from the stretch. In there for strike 2. Lapeer down to the last strike and last out. 2's on the board. 13-3 Mount Pleasant. Punjabi, the stretch. Kicks and delivers. Swung on, popped high in the air. That is caught by the right fielder, and the Oilers will get their first win of the year. A 13-3 victory over Lapeer. And we will be back after this with the first post game. Back here for the post game of the first game. Early on, it looked like it was going to be Lapeer, and it was 2-0 on some mistakes by Mount Pleasant. Not calling out fly balls and stuff dropping in the middle, but they end up winning 13-3. A 10-run explosion in the 4th inning. And Punjabi went 5 innings and gave up 3 runs. He'll be the first player of the game. Got out of jams in the second and third inning and only allowed 2 runs in the 1 inning when it could have been a lot worse. So Punjabi will be the player of the game for game 1. And we will be back for game 2 right after this.